One, two. Turn me up, Legion, turn me up. Let's go. Back at it, yeah. Back at it. One, two. Life after X. Life after X, taking my first breath. Man child, taking his first steps. Put more weight on the bars, knock off the bird chest. The flow still stupid, I haven't learned yet. Gorilla grip on the spear, Zulu warrior. According to the engineer, I'm a guru, I'm warning you. Me and my primo started as tape recorder marauders. Beat machine and book of rhymes turned us to ghetto sorcerers. Warlocks, peasants and paupers, ghetto enforcers. Chasing paper like we follow executive orders. Sully crazy man, he dating the president's daughter. Trying to operate the gates on the Mexican border. Government shutdown, soon as I touch down. I'm a monster, I ain't gotta wait until it's sundown. I just conquer everything above ground. Duck down, niggas used to try some fuck shit, I'd be like, what's up now? What's up now? Sully Thanos, snapping my finger, they ghost. Bars look meaner than Danny Trejo's. About my pesos, y'all should take notes. Outside there's a lot of a-holes trying to make me to a scapegoat, cause I got the fuego. They just mad they play with Legos, I'm fucking with yayo. Mobsters on the payroll, tell them hostas to lay low. I'm about the bankroll, all the privates and payload. I run the shit because I say so, you effing potato. Life after X, taking my first breath. Man child, taking his first steps. Put more weight on the bars, knock off the bird chest. The flow still stupid, I haven't learned yet. Gorilla grip on the hustle with brass knuckles. Cause ain't no fair fights in the struggle, they trying to bubble. The city lights got shots fired, flash from the muzzle. Fast money bought more coffins and more shovels. Every clown that run with the circus know how to juggle. I look beneath the surface, I see your purpose is trouble. I purchase work, my paper go double. Haters are subtle. I flex with greater muscles, I punch a face in the scuffle. Cut an ambience, crown me the champion. I'm not in the category of clones and mannequins. We not from the same planet, this galaxy arrogant. I might need another spacecraft for them to land me in. Yo, life after X, taking my first breath. Man child, taking his first steps. Put more weight on the bars, knock off the bird chest. The flow still stupid, I haven't learned yet. Gorilla grip with no monkey business to witness. No, I couldn't sell my soul for some riches. It came with too many glitches. My team keep it tall, your team too many midgets. Money, power, respect that the genie gave me 3 wishes. 3, but this ain't come easy, I had to go out and get it. I'm hungrier than Tony and Manny washing some dishes. Shit get uglier when you plotting on 6 figures. Haters ask how you doing, tell them terrific. Damn, the celebration is over, sorry you missed it. Sorry, dummies do some fuck shit, then ask you to go and fix it. If they ain't talking money, then watch how fast I can skip it. Life after X, taking my first breath. Man child, taking his first steps. Put more weight on the bars, knock off the bird chest. The flow still stupid, I haven't learned yet.
Yes.
Spicy was good.
That number one there, he's good. Yes. Hello, everyone that's tuning in. It's your girl, Spicy Sugar, and this is the House of Hip Hop podcast show, the quarantine edition. We are here now live on IG TV right now. Hopefully we can get back in the studio and they will let us be free. But until then, the show must go on. Like I said, I'm your girl, Spicy Sugar. Please make sure you're following me at Spicy Sugar 718 on Instagram and Twitter. The House of Hip Hop Podcast Show on Facebook and YouTube. And for this episode, the replay of this episode and my past episodes, please follow the home team. You can see all my episodes at www.SStreetmedia.info. Please make sure you're following them. It's S_Street_media on Instagram, Skol Street on Facebook, SCHOLEZ Street on Facebook, and www.SStreetmedia.info is the website again. All the formalities out the way. Now I can have some fun. Because today I'm very happy to welcome somebody that's like a brother to me.
That's right.
We go back We literally go back like babies with pacifiers.
That's a fact.
And I'm just so proud of this guy. I'm so happy with the network that he has linked into. And I'm so happy you finally getting your time, bruh.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm not going to do it because the only tradition that I have on my show is that every guest introduces themselves. So without further ado, drum roll, please.
All right, all right. Yeah, well, listen. This is the one and only Will Sully. Artist, producer, whatever order you want to put it in. Independent, CEO, Catacomb Music. Right here.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right. I am really happy. I'm really, really happy that you finally made it to the house. You know, I tried to get you in there first season and you was just on the run. So, which is good.
Yeah.
Good, which is absolutely good. So salute to my guys, DJ Chuck Murdoch.
Yeah.
Our guy Charlie, who is doing such great things.
Yeah.
Streets is watching clothing. Salute to you. Salute to Big East. I see you in the business.
Oh yeah. That's my bro right there.
Yes, he's been on S.STREET media shows before too. So salute to him. Yes, so I could talk on and on about you, but there's people that don't know about you. Will Sully, born and raised
Queens, New York, of course. Yeah, all the way.
I'm saying, sometimes I'm the only one screaming Queens, so I love when my Queens people come.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Born and raised Queens, New York, Southeast Queens to be exact.
Facts.
Me and Will actually went to high school together.
Yep.
So when I say we go back, we go back.
Yep.
And brother was doing music when we was in school.
Yeah.
So tell the people, when did you officially start in the hip hop game?
And it was in high school, because that's when Legion and Maine, they took me to the studio when we was like in 11th grade, and you know it was DJing, a lot of DJing and all of that going on, but that was the first time we started putting real music together, and
I was there.
They had a deal. They were already like mature.
Yeah.
And I was the young guy they was bringing in, like, yo, we'll bring you to the studio. So after it just started, but at home I had a little bit of equipment anyway. So it took a couple of sessions for me to get the wind of putting the music together as far as beats. You know, rapping, we was rapping, but the production is what kind of really took it to the next level because I stayed with it.
Yeah.
So
because you always ran with people that were heavy in music,
right?
So, pretty much your whole clique. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's we grew up in. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was always the music.
Because we grew up in the era where a battle would pop off.
Right.
Anywhere. We'd be standing waiting for a bus and there'd be a rap battle right there. You can spit, son? Spit something, son. And then that would be it.
Yeah.
Everything,
And it was...
So, I was surprised it took you so long, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what it is? It's, with me, it's between the production and the artistry. It's like, it's two different jobs. So it's like... Yeah. You gotta wear two hats, and really three hats now, because now you gotta really promote yourself. So it took a long time, but it's independent. So, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
100%.
So I know you got a new project out, which is one of the singles we played on the intro, but let's back it up a minute. You've been on a lot of Queens mixtapes over the years. You've had a bunch of independent projects. You've done some collabos. So why don't you kind of give the people the bio of, when you started releasing music and what was that?
Well, to back it up, like I got my official start in the music game was working on Shine's second album from Bad Boy. And that's
Nice.
big homie June Balloon. June Balloon, shout out to June Balloon. He was the one that really like found me. He found me really on the street playing music. And I tell a story.
See?
It sounds strange. It sounds crazy. Like nah, it can't be. But he heard me playing beats out of my homeboy's car in front of 228 in Merritt. And we was going he's going over there to buy.
And that was something that you did. That was something that people did. Back then, your song didn't get a pass unless it bumped in the car.
Right.
And you hear all these legends talk about how they was going to scrap singles until they bumped it in somebody's car and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a pass until then. There we go. We talked him up.
That's right.
Salute to DJ Chuck Murdoch.
Chuck got it right too. Back then we was buying 40s and deuces. That's why we was in front of the 8th. So June heard the shit, was like, yo, what is that? What is that?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, yo, I want to play that in my truck. So we looking at him like, this nigga got a Suburban, like, nah, like, I don't know, bro. Like, but he was on that real.
You was nervous for it to bump in the truck?
Yeah, because we didn't know him. Like, we younger dudes, like, we like, yo, what? Like, you want to play my tape in your truck? Like, he was like, but then he gets on the phone with Black Rob right there and starts talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some shit I just found. Da, 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 da. And after that, it was history. So
salute to Black Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Salute to Black Rob. Salute to the whole Bad Boy camp. June Balloon, of course, Nasheem Merritt, because it's a lot of stories I could tell you. Like Nasheem, I was looking at Nasheem like he was the primo to me.
Starstruck.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, starstruck.
So I'm gonna tell you a crazy story I never told nobody. Nasheem.
Yeah.
Nasheem, this was exclusive. I never told this story on no platform. But Nasheem was we had a little pre-production studio in Shadyville. Shout to Kim and Jim in the basement. And Nasheem was working with a group called Government Square back then. So there was some beats, like they used some of my beats, but Nasheem would come over there and he'll drop off samples. So one of the programs that he had, I looked at his program and the drum program, like, oh, this is how he gets that knock. I'm using this. This is crazy right here. So after that, just by looking at, just studying guys like that, it just pushed me to be better. I want to be better. I want to be as good as those guys. So, talk to them, like that era is special. Like
for real. For real.
Era, especially for Queens. Queens.
Yes. I was about to say, and you was around some workhorses, some, a lot of them are like hood legends, and you know what I'm saying? I used to call them courtyard celebrities, whatever. Yeah. But they were the silent people under a lot of the big names that came out later on. A lot of the people that were putting in A&R work and stuff like that.
Right.
You only see the outside is the artist, is the outside.
Right. But it's a lot of work.
You don't see all the little inner workings and the people that are behind it until much later. So that story is great, and I always love those never heard stories. Anything that's an exclusive on this show, I call it popping cherries. So yeah, we popping cherries.
That's crazy. That's not.
Listen, I think it wasn't Chuck. I caught him with a whoa. He don't play nothing.
Yeah.
I almost lost my DJ. He was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, Chuck.
But yes, I always love those because, this is what it's all about. I don't run my interviews the same way as normal people do because I feel like, these are the experiences that come out in just general talk. People get the real stories, not the PR made stories. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he said Super Bowl. I could say that. So you got a pretty extensive discography under your belt already.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, why don't you just describe some of your because you have, you know, features and then you have solo projects. So why don't you just quickly tell the people, you know, some of your favorites or, you know, some of your you know, highlights out of those mixtapes and singles that you did.
Shout to
I'm actually trying to find your CD. I have a whole stack of CDs here, and I swore it was in there.
I'm not supposed to be in that stack. I'm supposed to be on a separate pile.
No, this stack you want to be in.
Oh, that's
this ain't the one in the storage.
Oh,
this is the active stack.
All right. Thank God. But shout to Royal Flush. Royal Flush was in here earlier.
Yes, salute to the bro.
Chuck. One of the highlights of my feature runs was doing a record with Flush. Shout to Teardrops too. Like Flush is a person that we looked up to, but I never, you know, I bought his records when I was, in record stores. Like, I want to buy
the
Royal Flush record. And when I met him, started to hang out with him, he's a G. Like, he's really ill. Like, he'll put you in the right direction. He'll show love, come through, do the video, you know. Shout out to Mike Geronimo too.
Yes, salute to Mike Geronimo. We having some technical difficulties. There's no audio, love. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Your sound. Hello, is that? Check. Check. You want to go out and come back in? Yo. Yeah, I'm going to bring you back in. Technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're going to get him back in. We got Will Sully in the building. Let's see. We're going to get him back in. Check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
We live.
We live.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
You started talking and fast forward. I was like, whoa, what's going on? you was on there like
I saw your sign language. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Something's wrong.
No. But yeah, you were talking about the, single with Royal Flush.
Yeah, like Flush, that was definitely like, that was incredible. To do a record with Flush. And then just like, he's one of those guys that's just with it. Like, he with the shit. He'll put the next generation up to the game. Like, yo, this is how you do this, do that, bada bing. So, him, the Mike Geronimo, doing the record with Mike Geronimo.
Salute to Mike Geronimo.
Yeah, salute to Mike. You know, he was always one of the dudes that I always thought was dope. And I talk to him, like, every time I do a record with somebody, I kick it with the dude, like, yo, what's going on? Like, how'd you do this? How'd you? And they was receptive. They wasn't acting funny. Yeah. And so even Fred the Godson, rest in peace, Fred. Like, Fred,
rest in peace.
I learned a lot from Fred too. Like, fucking with Fred, it kind of made me realize that if you just stay in your lane and you good at what you do, that's all you need. Shout to the Heatmakers.
That's all you need in life.
The Heatmakers was the ones that really put us together like that too. Arsonists, Big Law,
nice.
Brooklyn, like, it was a dope experience too. So, you know, like, for the most part, every time I did a record, shout to TL Cross. TL Cross is an amazing musician.
Salute to TL Cross. I'm such a huge fan of his. He knows it already. We go back and forth. I love him.
He's like, we need a TL Cross in the game. Like, we need him. Like,
Absolutely.
he's very resourceful, and it's bigger than the talent.
Yes.
So, you know,
his
like,
knowledge is so vast of the music industry from all aspects, and he's just like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to music, and he's talented. So that's like a trifecta, you know.
Usually you don't get that balance. You don't get somebody
Not at all.
That's so knowledgeable and talented. But that's a Chuck Murdoch. Chuck Murdoch put a lot of those features together, and he got the ear. I can't front. Chuck, yo, Vegas, man, we gotta, either I gotta get over there, you gotta get back to New York. I don't know.
No, I think we need
Vegas
to go to Vegas
right now. Yeah.
I don't know though. Last time I was in Vegas, it was a 7.0 earthquake, and I'm a little good on Vegas for a little minute.
Yo, what up? That's another one. TL, even my man Top of the Line, like, for, you know, Southside legend.
Yeah.
Doing the record with him.
Salute.
Superstar J hosted a tape called Hand Me the Keys. And having TL on the record. The funny thing about the TL record called Music Making Me High was when we sent him the record, he liked it. And I told him when I met him, like, yo, he inspired the record before I met him, because he had another record that I really, really liked. Like, yo, I love that record. And, you know, I do beats. So I'm like, yo, let me make some shit that he's going to go crazy.
Go along the lines of what he would do.
And he killed the feature. So, you know, shout to TL, Top of the Line, man. Still miss, you know.
Absolutely, salute. And I wanted to get into that.
What up, Meek? What up, Meek? Rest in peace.
I wanted to get into that too, because not only are you an MC, but you are a producer. So, why don't you talk about that a little bit? When did that come about?
It was almost from day one. Like, I was always into first I was DJing. So, but I wasn't the type.
I was waiting for you to say it. I was hoping I didn't have to drag it out of you.
It was a DJ thing, but I was I used to think, when I was a kid, I used to think that DJs made the beats. Because that's how it looked when we were young. It looked like, oh, the DJ's making the beats. He's not just playing records, he's making the beats. So that's what drew me into the making, I want to DJ. Then when I realized that all the DJs don't make beats, with the Gemini 24-second sampler. My father is a musician, so I had drum boxes in the house. But at that time, you couldn't link them together, so you had to do things on the fly. So when shout to Shell, my cousin Sheldon Legion, and Maine the Medicine, Shell was already making beats. Shout to Shy. We used to go to Cheyenne crib out in Left Rack. Had everything. He had everything. So when we would get over there, I would be bringing records that I wanted to sample, and then Shell would help me put it together on an ASR 10 or the SP12, and we had ideas flying. So that was in high school. So it was, I just kept making the records, kept making the beats, and now at this point, the production thing, it gets me over the hump.
Right.
Totally. Because, being an artist right now, like with the pandemic, like, this is crazy.
Right. And I always talk about that in the industry, because, I'm well aware that where the money is really made, when it comes to the artists, and, a lot of the artists that were doing pretty well up until this point have completely got shut down, because we have no idea when they're going to allow us to do any type of venues that will allow more than 25 people to gather at one time. So during this pandemic, it is so important for people to become digital and figure out a way to market themselves digitally. And so, with that, like you said, the production has gotten you over the hump. But as an artist, how have you maintained during the COVID situation?
Shout to MJ. Like, I've been locked in with MJ, and I've been doing a lot of press, a lot of interviews, and it's all been either over the phone or Zoom, you know, live, like what we do. This is my second live thing that we did since the pandemic. First,
don't say I'm your first, because
it was D Life. Me and D Life did something, and for shout to D Life too. D Life,
salute to D Life, yes, sis.
So, but this is the way. I mean, we didn't give up on the project. We put the project out in January, and you know, the pandemic smashed everything in March. So we just kept pushing.
Yes. Yes. This is the way right now. If you can't find out how to function digitally, then you're really gonna take a L in these next years, because unfortunately it's not, you know, it's not gonna go all the way back to the way we were. Let's just keep it a buck.
No,
the internet and technology is gonna man a lot of the stuff that we used to do, you know, face to face. And you know, as long as you can adjust but still stay true to what you do, there's a way to do it, and there's a way to make money to do it. So I am very happy that you were able to sustain yourself through, you know, the pandemic. But you know, as an artist, like Chuck is saying, this is the best time to make music. So as an artist, how have you been influenced during this time?
Just, I mean, this is the thing with me. I can't speak for every artist, but I'm always making music. Like I always, like, on a daily basis. It might not, I might not making a song, but I'm always working on the beat. I'm always working on the verse. I'm always working on the hook. I'm always doing something. I got my own studio, so, you know, it's like I'm always gonna try to work, because that's on my agenda. There's nothing else to do if we ain't doing the work. That's how I see it. So in the pandemic, it's nothing different for me. It's just
like, what's kept you inspired through this time?
I don't know. Maybe the uncertainty. Like so it's like, damn, you don't know what it's gonna be, but the only thing you can count on is what you can do. What can you bring to the table now? Like, and I know that as an independent artist, you know, like, this is a good time because you don't have all the.
You there? Check.
I don't know if Matrix.
There you go. You back.
All right. Yeah. What I was saying was, at this time right now, you don't have all of the major artists in your way right now. So if you in it, yo, just go hard, because you got an open lane. And now that's what.
And a lot of artists don't understand that. Yes, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about it on a whole different level of it being open, but you're absolutely right. The major artists don't have all that much means to put new shit out right now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? As an independent, you have the super go, like the turbo go right now.
Green light. And that's
so true.
I realized that in the beginning. That's why we pushed the button on going hard. Like, now the Life After X record is almost it's like 90,000 streams.
Whoa! Round of applause.
That's not platinum or nothing, but it's big for independent. Like it's it's huge. So we just kept pushing, like, yo, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. And, you know, you think about it, a lot of the major labels, they not doing nothing because the artists can't tour. So they like, all right, we'll catch up later. All right, later for y'all, but this go for us.
Right now for us, go time. Yes. That's right. Absolutely.
So that's absolutely. To keep, I put out 2 projects in 2020 already, and I'm gonna put another one before 2020's out. So you know, it's just, you know, it's time to push out.
I want $5. Yeah, I just want $5. You know what?
Bro, you getting more. You got your 20%. Don't worry about it.
You know, I love it. I love it. I love everything that you're doing. Let's talk a little bit about the new project. Like I said, I played one of the singles, which is the title of the EP. Is it the EP?
No, it's an LP. It's
LP.
Yeah.
Okay.
The single is the title. You know, it's a title track, which is the single's Life After X, but the project is Life After X also. So the title track, and you know, it's got a good response. So you know, it's working, and we're gonna keep working that. But that project, that record was produced by Legion. He produced 2 tracks on the album, and he's also on 3 records. So he's like all over the record. That's my partner. So me and him do everything together. We record it, mix it, you know, produce it, everything together. So, you know, he got his first single that's going crazy right now. So
I'm about to say, get it away.
And then we got another record called Hoodie and My Chuckers that's heating up too. So
I got that in the stash. It's sitting there waiting.
Okay. All right. So I mean, this project was a follow-up project. The project before this was called Generation X. So Life After X was the continuation. So,
right.
We just was gonna do it. We try to just outdo ourselves and just make better music.
Because I remember there was that's why I was trying to find it. But there was a track on it. You know, I always gravitate to one in specific. Even though if a project could be dope as hell, and I will sit on one track at a time and just repeat. And so what was your hit single off of Generation X?
We Say We Are.
We Say We Are. That's what it was. I couldn't find the CD for nothing. But We Say We Are did great numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Shout to Buck the President. Buck the President is doing the hook on that record. Yeah, that's my joint right there. That record is what kind of made it set up, you know, the lane for us to do Life After X, because we did well with that. And then we learned from We Say We Are that, yo, we gotta put our all into that one record. We gotta push it out. So now Life After X is, you know, took off after We Say We Are. So it's crazy that you remember that record, because you got a good ear.
Yeah, I remember that. Especially I was like, that's my nigga, you know, so.
Thanks. But I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I want the people to know that this is not just, you know, a new project or you're like a new artist. You know, you have what I say, discography, as I say it, of, you know, some pretty memorable joints that maybe not all of my audience is familiar with, but people who are like us, who are like the mixtape holics and the underground fiends, and you know, we went to these outdoor backyard battles and stuff like that. A lot of the people gained their fame through these kind of circuits. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now in the independent era, it's not even its own circuit anymore, because like we were talking about, people can just freely put things out there. And so, you know, you don't have to kind of go through the lane of beating on every wall so that people knew you knew how to do beats, or, you know what I'm saying? Bebop every 5 seconds so people knew, you know what I mean? So now it's so vast. It's so vast for independent artists. In your, I guess, experiences, what's the hardest thing that you've come across in dealing with you as an artist, not a producer, you as an artist? What's the hardest thing that you have dealt with in terms of your music?
Let me think about it. I would say coming up with the finances, having to finance yourself. Like it's not like it's, oh man, I don't have enough money to do it, but you know, you need a little bit of, you need a budget, and you know, having a budget a independent budget is not what somebody thinks it is. Yes, you can make a record out of your bedroom and put it online tomorrow. You know, you might get a hit record, but you know, realistically,
right.
Yeah, it's not really that, it's not that simple. So when you're talking about even something simple like shooting a video, a decent video, and then, you know, trying to work the record, trying to pay for social media promo, like all of that stuff, those things add up. So you know, that's like the hardest thing. I mean, we've been doing it, but we always feel like every other artist, if we had a bigger budget behind us and more clout, we would go further. But in our case, you know, the numbers tell the story. If 80% of the people are retaining your music and they support your music and they like it, then the bigger the numbers are, the bigger the turnaround is going to be. So I mean, I think that's the hardest thing, because it could be discouraging. If you know, we've seen this all the time. We've seen these with artists in the 90s that, you know, it was on Def Jam, they would have been out of here, but you know, they weren't on the right platform. They weren't on the right. Now the right label is the budget.
That's right. And even some of your biggest well-known artists didn't do as well as they should have in their time. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's plenty of artists, plenty of people we call legends that didn't even make a real check until after the 2000s.
Right.
And they came out 80s, sometimes 70s.
Some of them still didn't make a good check. You know what's really crazy about what I really started to realize, like within the last couple of years, now that the independent thing, to me is you could really be independent now. Back in
super independent, early, like all the way down the board.
Right. In the late 90s, early 2000s, to say you was independent, you had to still have like a $200,000 budget, office, and all that other stuff.
And you still had to be signed to somebody's distribution company, something, or nobody heard you.
Right. And you still had to do radio. You couldn't go around back then. So radio budget alone was crazy. But so nowadays, when I started to think about it, you go on these social, not the social media, streaming platforms, and you look up the artists that you like from back in the days. They don't own that music.
None of it.
The company who financed that, and they own that. So when you think about that, you think about what a stream pays an artist. And these classic artists, what do you think they're getting off a stream?
Yeah.
It's kind of ugly.
It's ugly. It is ugly. I've seen numbers and I'm like, that's it?
Yep.
Like, I know people who are on major TV stations and networks and major music channels, and the checks that they get.
Yeah, the split is not what you think. Like, it's not what you think. That's why independent.
Not at all. That's why everybody want to tour. That's why everybody wants to tour, because that's the only time they really see their money in true form before it gets chopped up into a whole bunch of different pieces.
That's a fact.
Sad.
That's why that's the thing. So going back to what you were saying, that's to me the hardest part of being an artist. That's the first part, and then the second part is the physical demand of being on the scene or staying out and having your face shown. Chuck used to bother me about this all the time. Yo, you got to come outside. You got to come outside. And he's right. But
please speak on that, because there are a lot of artists that don't get it. And I feel like, first of all, you are your brand. So why don't you want to market that?
You know what it is? Because in my opinion, I think it takes more than the effort of getting up and going, because you know when you want to be seen the right way, and then you want to network with people, but you don't want to look like, you don't want to be running around asking the DJ to play your records and you can't buy him a drink. Like, you know, like you can't, get this bottle. Like, it's certain things that you got to do, and that takes a lot. So that's one
certain
of the
politics that you have to have. Yeah,
that was difficult for me too. I mean, I couldn't do, you can't do it all. The
Right.
thing that helped out was the producer part of it. So I was able to play a different side of that where it balanced out. Like, okay, I don't run around like that, but I do beats, and I wasn't stingy with my beats either. Like, I still would dish them out. Like, yo, here, this, that, or let's do something together. Let's work. Let's
A
do
barter
something.
system, man. It's
Right.
all about a barter system in the beginning.
That people don't get. Like, artists, we could be our own worst enemy. If I'm putting out a lot of music and we're gonna work together, you got to do what I'm doing. We got to put music out together so that we could, help each other. Like, if you look on the streaming platforms and they say, yo, this artist worked with such and such and such and such. If everybody's putting out music, then we build our own network.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but if you sitting on music, not putting it out, then it's like a waste of time. So
True.
Artists, the artist game is no joke. Like, I salute anybody who can make it and sustain themselves for a long amount of time, because this shit is crazy.
Yeah, and it definitely takes a toll. It takes a whole different mindset to not so much succeed, but to have longevity here, because you come across so many things that all want you to quit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to have longevity in this game, you have to always be willing to learn something. And sometimes it's learning something that you don't necessarily want to fuck with. But you have to have understanding of how it goes. And you have to be able to relate. You don't necessarily have to agree, but you have to be able to relate, because you'd be surprised how many different characters you come across in this industry.
Of course. Yep.
And you can't be shocked by none of it, and none of it can take you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it takes a different breed of person to be somebody to succeed in this long term. It does. It does.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It takes a different mindset. With Life After X, you said it's an LP, right? So what's it gonna look like? How many joints should we expect? What's the tempo of this one?
It's already out. You can hear it now. It's available on all streaming platforms.
I thought I was special. I thought I just had this to myself.
No. This is. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'll make it up to you.
Okay.
Your own exclusive project, and you're gonna.
I'm sorry. I'm an only child. I don't know how to share well.
Well, I understand. We got you covered. Don't worry. But yeah, it's 11 songs on the project.
Okay.
So, like
what's
I said,
the tempo of it? Like, what's the mood? What's the vibe of this LP?
Well, it goes through different experiences. I mean, it starts. The first track on the project is Life After X. So,
that's how you starting it out? Oh.
Yeah, we started off like that. So, so, I mean, we don't let you down. It goes from, it's different topics that we touch. I got a record called Citadel on there that's really deep. It's like, it's not a conscious record, but I'm talking about, how it is growing up, where we grew up at, and what it was like as a kid and living in our own, through the eyes of a kid. So then I have other records like Hoodie and My Chuckers where, I remember at one time where Hoodie and My Chuckers was like, that's all you needed. That was it. That was fire. That was it. So, so it goes back and forth. I got a record on there called Moan. Rest in peace, Moan. Ramon that passed away.
Yeah.
So I gave that record to Moan. That's the name of it, Money Only Nothing Else. So another record that's really that people, I guess, tell me about is a record called Catacomb 30,000. And it's my man Main the Medicine and Legion. So it's a if you like hip hop, you're gonna love this project, because it's not, we didn't half-ass nothing on it. We didn't half-ass the beats, and we didn't half-ass the bars. So, and it's our style. It's not, we're not trying to be nobody else. We do what we do. And that was
nice.
that's why Life After X, some people might say, yo, that's hot. It's kind of different. Yeah, it is different because we're not doing what everybody else doing. We're doing our own, thing. So,
and
Life
you
After
guys
X,
have always had your own sound, but very much true to the fundamentals of hip hop.
facts. Thank you.
We grew up in a very thick community when it came to some of the fundamentals and some of the groundbreakers and everything in, hip hop.
Right.
We give it to the Bronx. We give your props where props is due. But when it comes to our side of Queens, it was heavy. It was heavy.
Yeah, and the funny thing about, well, not funny, but the interesting thing about Queens at that time was within our own borough, you had so many different styles. I mean, like you could go from, if you could go from Lost Boys to Mobb Deep in the same borough, that's a big range.
Right.
Tribe Called Quest.
That's right. Salute to the tribe.
To Mobb Deep, CNN, Capone, Noriega,
Mobb Deep,
all of that was going on at the same time. So, yeah, so.
You getting sucked in the Matrix again? Come back, Neo. Check. There you go.
You can hear me?
Come back, Neo. Don't leave us.
All right. Yeah, I'm back. But yeah, so we just keeping it like, we didn't change. Like, we've been working on music since that time. So this is what we do. We do what we do, at 100%. So we didn't change. Like, we just, and it feels like we kids again, because now is an opportunity to really put music out for everybody.
And this is a time of rebirth. Everything is new now. Whatever was old to you is brand new to everyone else right now. Yeah. Even coming outside feels brand new.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So now that we are, in New York, we are moving a lot slower than the rest of the country. So we're just getting to the point of some of our businesses and everything is opening, and we're starting to be able to congregate and stuff back outside. So are we expecting any video shoots or anything to be coming in the near future?
I mean, I'm trying to play it. I'm trying to be careful with that. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I mean,
it's so wild. It's so wild that all these things that we would have already outlined, you just like
gotta wait and see. Like, I mean, New York right now is doing better than most of the country. Now the rest of the country is going through what we went through already. So I'm hoping that doesn't trickle over into back to us. So I plan on, I shoot a little bit and edit myself too. So listen, I got to do it either way. I'm gonna have to just, like you said, you got to learn new things. That's one of the things that I learned, that I picked up in the past couple of years is operating the camera, editing.
Yes, Lord.
Because you're going to save yourself a lot of time and money. And look at now, like right now, it might be a little difficult to get a videographer and do a shoot and get people around. Like, you got to be careful with that.
Right.
So, the more you can
got to utilize what's at hand right now, and most of it is nature.
Fact. That's true.
Most of it. So I know we have a couple more singles that the great MJ. I just love you so much, MJ. Thank you. I just, I'm always about giving people their flowers while they can smell them. And I just adore MJ. MJ has helped me out for years now with so many different things, so many aspects of this game. And she's so genuine and so authentic. Yeah. So once again, so I'm gonna be confessional right now. When I saw that you linked up with her, I immediately hit her. I said, MJ. I said, that's my boy. That's my boy when we went to high school together. She's like, are you serious? I was like, yes. I was like, I'm so glad you got him. I'm so glad. She was like, yeah, he's dope. And we just talked or whatever. But I had to hit her like, wait, MJ, take care of him. Take care of him. But she takes care of everybody. So I don't have to worry about it.
She's a blessing. Like I got in contact with her through Maine. Like my man Maine the medicine. And
okay.
What can I say? Like
she's amazing.
Her speaks for herself, and she's hip hop. Like this is where we need to be.
So much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wish I would.
Yeah, she's one of those people that she studied it, she loves it, and she's here for it. She's here for it. She's with the shit. So if you need any PR representation, please, MJS Hip Hop Connect, right?
Yep.
Google it.
Yes.
Yeah, MJ's Hip Hop Connect. She's Googleable, motherfuckers, and she's the truth. Please. I adore her. She has been a supporter of the House of Hip Hop since almost day one, and she's helped me out so much, with so much. So I adore you, MJ, and thank you for taking on my boy. Yay!
A bless. But listen, working with Billy Danz of MOP and Cassidy, you already know you gotta really love hip hop.
Right.
Those is legends.
Yes, absolutely. Salute to Billy Danz. He's been a supporter of the House of Hip Hop, and I gotta get Cassidy on. I didn't jump into the pool to get Cassidy because so many people around me was grabbing him, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait my turn. And I think now is a good time to do it.
Cassidy. He's one of Cassidy and Billy Danz is artists they should be. I think they should be in the forefront a little bit more. And if the game respected like the talent level and what you've done, they would.
There it is.
So shout to them.
It's the respect level for what they do that is lacking. Yes. So I'm very happy that they are where they are, and I'm very happy that they're staying true to themselves.
That's a fact.
Yes. So we got a little bit of time left, but before we go, because I definitely want to get one of these other songs playing. I know I got That Money and the other one, Hoodie. Yeah, Hoodie My Truck. I think I'm gonna go with that one. But yeah, we're gonna go out with that one. But before we go out, I want you to give whatever shout outs and salutes that you want to. Please let the audience know where they can follow you, where they can hear your music, all that good shit.
All right. First, let me give my shout outs. Let me say rest in peace to my man.
Wait,
Ratty.
Neo, don't leave yet.
He passed away due to COVID-19. That was a brother to me. That was
Wait a minute, you're getting stuck in the Matrix again. Don't leave, Neo. Come back. Come back, Neo. Are you there? Yes. There you go.
Right. Just rest in peace, Ratty. Rest in peace, Kev. We lost a lot of people due to this pandemic. Some people think it's not real, but it is. Be careful. Like don't underestimate what's going on because it's happening all over the world.
People getting sick are very real. People that are people that are getting sick and dying are very real.
Official Cash, salute, bro. What up, bro? All the way from Europe on the check-in. What's up, my man?
Salute. Peace and love. Thank you. From Europe.
But yeah, like Will Sully, man, you can check me out I'm on all the streaming platforms as Will Sully. You can type me in on Instagram and Twitter is Will Sully Beats, one word. Even on YouTube, Will Sully Beats. You're looking for production, I'm on BeatStars as Will Sully Beats also, or you could just hit me. Just check out the music, and if you like it, buy it. If you really like it, buy all of it and stream it 1,000,000 times.
That's right.
1,000,000 times.
1,000,000 times. First 1,000,000, then another 1,000. A million thousand.
Yes.
And Life After X, where can they hear that?
You can hear it everywhere. Life After X is on It's on Apple Music, Spotify, even Audio Mac. You know, it's on the free platforms too, on YouTube. You know, check it out. You know, just support real hip hop. You know,
that's right.
This hip hop thing we got is ours. We got to take care of it. You know, don't let it get in the wrong hands.
That's right. And before we go, you know, there's a lot of things that's going on right now in the world. What's the message to your fans?
Message to my fans is just, listen, whatever you're doing and whatever you believe in, keep believing in it, and don't let anybody take you out of your lane. Stay on your lane and on your path, and things will open up. It will work out. It takes a long time, but so what? When you get there, it's all worth it. So just everybody stay safe and hold on to your dreams. That's it. Trust in the process. That's what I would tell anybody who rock with my music. Whatever you do, just trust in the process and be willing to put in the work.
I love you with all my heart.
Love you too, Spicy.
I'm so proud of you. I'm looking at him like he's my son. I'm so proud of you. No, we're the same fucking age. I can't even do this.
No, I love you too. You know how it is. I
love you from the cradle.
Listen, when MJ sent me the flyers, I'm like, hold on. Oh, wow, she knows. I'm like, this is home team. Like, and that's another good feeling, because look what you're doing. Like, we're in the same business, but on two different sides, and you're doing exceptionally well. So
thank you.
I'm proud of you, and shout out to you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for even giving me a platform to get my music and my shit out there. Because
listen, we're not. I gotta look out for my home team first for anybody else. And like I said, I'm so glad that you're getting your time. You know, you worked so hard. You've been at it so long, and you're dope. So it's not, you know.
Thank you.
You know, not all of my friends are dope. Sorry, but most of them are. But y'all know I keep it 100, and not everybody has that to really succeed. You know, some people have the talent, not the drive. Some people have the drive and not the professionalism. Some people have the professionalism, not the knowledge. You know, so I'm not knocking anybody, but when you have people that have all of it, you really want them to succeed. And I've always wanted you to succeed. You're a real guy. You're a real dude, you know, and I love you. So I'm always, these doors to this house is always open for you. You can feel free. You have something going on, you hit me, yo, Vaughn, I got this. Enough said. And
thank you.
As soon as we can get outside, because you know, my anniversary for the show comes up on July 18th. I wanted to do something big. I had something really big planned, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it for that. But my next event, I definitely want you a part of it.
Definitely. I'm there. Say no more. You know I'm there.
Will Sully. This is Will Sully. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Will Sully. We are going to go out with one of his joints, the other one called Hoodie and My Chuckers. One last time, let them know where to find you on social media.
You can check me out on Will Sully Beats. Will Sully Beats, one word, Instagram and Twitter, even on YouTube. Facebook is Will Sully Sullivan. Once you find one, you're going to find all of them.
You're going to find it all.
Can't do that. Just go on any streaming platform, even YouTube, and the links are all there. Will Sully Beats or Will Sully. And
if you can't find him through any of that, come to me, baby, and I will help you. Spicy Sugar 718 on Instagram and Twitter. The House of Hip Hop Podcast Show on Facebook and YouTube. Salute as always to the home team at Street Media. Follow them And you can see this episode as well as all the rest of my episodes on www.sstreetmedia.info. We're going to go out to Hoodie and My Chuckers. Life After X is out now. Go and get those numbers popping. Will Sully, I love you. This won't be the last time that we see you here. So until next time, I love y'all. Let me get this joint together for you. I should have been sitting running my mouth. It's called Hoodie and My Chuckers. Let's go.
Life after X. It's where it begins. 1, 2, let's